Hey there! In this video we're going to walk through the new additions we've added to the Scan UDI to create your inventory feature in Beacon. We've also done another video about how you can do this on mobile, but today we're going to be focusing on the web console. There are actually two places you can do this. You can do it in Imports by clicking Scan UDIs up at the top, or in All Inventory by clicking New Inventory in the upper right and hitting Scan UDIs to add, which will bring up this window. And you first have this an empty search field that says result. So if you have your UDI for some reason already in a text form, like maybe in a spreadsheet, or maybe you could copy it from another file, you can paste that right in there, which will allow you to automatically search the FDA GoodID database. So that's what it did. It took the UDI, it ran over to the GoodID database and returned all of this product information that the manufacturer had stored there. I'm going to go ahead and remove this one because we're going to scan the UDI now. So let's say you want to use the camera on your device. Just like you would on mobile, this would use the camera on your computer or an external device that you have selected. Hit Scan Items, and then hit Scan Using Camera. That'll bring up the camera on your device, and it will start scanning. Now you'll notice that happened really fast, and it actually scanned the barcode twice. If that happens, you can decide whether to increment the quantity as if you were scanning 2 items, or ignore the duplicates. And if you don't want this duplicate item warning to show up again, you can hit Don't Show This Warning Again until history is cleared. And then whatever you choose here will persist. So for this instance, I'm going to just go ahead and increment it as if it was another scan that we did. So you can go ahead and scan more items, search for more items, whatever option you prefer. But there are a few new things that we've added to this as well. So in addition to scanning by text and scanning the items using your camera, you can just increment the quantity right here using these plus or minus buttons. You don't have to repeatedly scan your items if you don't want to. You can just use the plus or minus buttons to come to the quantity that you're looking for. Now, another feature that we've added is the ability to change the manufacturer on the items that you're importing. And we did this because you'll notice with the FDA GoodID database that sometimes contract manufacturers are the ones who are entering these UDIs into the database. So it may not come up as a manufacturer who sold you the inventory, who carries it as a brand name product. So if you want to, or if you need to, you can delete the manufacturer from this field, and it'll bring up the list of manufacturers that are in your directory. And then you can come through here and select whatever manufacturer makes sense. Again, it has to exist in your directory already, and then you can change it right there. Those are a couple things you can do to modify your scans as you're entering this inventory. Another new feature that we've added is the ability to export a CSV of this import. So if you want a record of what you're going to be creating today, or you want it to go into an Excel format so that you can build a larger import, any real reason that you want it, you can hit Export CSV here to download that file. And then if this all looks good and you've scanned all of the items you want to scan, you can hit Import Inventory, and you'll get this pop up. This is the last and new feature that we've added, is the ability to change the custody that the inventory is going to go into. So it will default to the org, but if you want to send it to a particular custodian, you can change that here. And then lastly, we're assuming that this is billable inventory. That's the default option here, but if for some reason it's not billable, for instance an instrument, you can uncheck the billable inventory box and we won't create this as billable. But I'm going to leave it checked, hit continue, and then that will add my inventory. So it brings us to a completed inventory import page, just like it was a file that we imported. And as you can see, it was successful. But if you go ahead and click View Imported Items, that'll take you to a filtered view of the inventory you just created, so you can review it, make sure it went in all right. Or just like if you did a actual spreadsheet import, you have the option to delete the imported inventory. Remember that this can only be done within 48 hours of its creation, and it can only be done if it hasn't been modified at all, meaning no changes to the data, no movements, no nothing. So go ahead and hit that view imported items and make sure you review your data. That way you have the option to undo it if you need to. So that is how you can scan your UDIs to create inventory in Beacon using some of our new features that we've added in this recent release.